The Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, double honors to the elders and apostles of Jemes who will well, shalom to the hopeful elect, Shabbat Shalom. Now, I've seen this dude, he seems to be somewhat of a good speaker, seems to be a Jake, and he keeps talking about the Bible and all of this stuff, and, it's like a lot of our people really think they understand the scriptures when it's not really been given onto them to understand, and they say all of this stuff, that's really heathenistic in origin, because it doesn't actually go against the scriptures, but yet they'll act like what they're saying comes straight out of the scriptures, even though the scriptures, directly oppose the things that these people are saying. This is dude. All I can say, that Jesus made wine for part. See, alright, cool. Let's just play the
people. Today's message is for all of you that believe in God. So if you're a real Christian and you believe the Bible, you believe in God. If you're a real Muslim, you believe in the Quran, you believe in God. And if you're a Torah-abiding Jew that believes in the Torah, you believe in God. Now, the reason I bring this up is because a lot of you call yourself Christian, call yourself Muslim, call yourself Jew, but none of you really do anything for God. I used to be like you once, trust me, I used to be like you. And I realised I'm being deceived by friends around me, because everyone around you claims to believe in God while sinning proudly, with no talk of repentance, not having a conversation of when we're going to stop sinning, boy, when we're going to stop doing all these things. They don't do it. And now, alcohol, we all know alcohol is a sin. That's why I stopped drinking years ago. I smoke weed, I need to stop, I can't lie. I'm getting there. But alcohol, I stopped like that, because that's one big sin. That's like the devil's juice, people. Today's
See, number one, he says he stopped, drinking because it goes against the scriptures. That's of the Islamic, opinion, because Islam or Muslims, they don't drink because the Quran says, drinking is haram or whatever. In the scriptures don't, speak against drinking. It even says here, this dude said, all I can say that Jesus made wine for part guests. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus drank wine. It says, they called him a wine bibber. Even Lot got, I was reading it, Lot even got drunk when he was saved by the angels from Sodom and Gomorrah. This is somebody who was saved by angels from Sodom and Gomorrah, and he got drunk in a cave, and obviously his daughters did what they did. But those two are more righteous than me or this guy, and yet they drank wine. So how is alcohol a sin? Because it says, the Most High doesn't change. Even King David drank wine, with his men. I'm pretty sure King Solomon also drank wine. You know what I mean? You had all the kings who wanted vineyards. And what's a vineyard? A vineyard is a place that grows grapes. You do grow grapes. They pretty sure were making alcohol. So this is what Jake does. He likes to confuse, he likes to conflate Christianity with Islam, and Islam completely, it has a few similarities, but for the most part it's very different. Even when I was talking to one Muslim dude the other day, they said basically you can eat whatever seafood, whatever's in the sea they can eat. There's nothing abominable from the sea, and that's bullcrap, because according to the scriptures, you're not supposed to eat octopus or whale. But to him, he's a Muslim. This is what he was telling me. I don't know whether or not it's facts or not, because I don't really care about Islam. But he's saying, they can eat whatever comes out of the ocean. So, no.
And if you are a real Muslim or a real Christian, then you understand that the Bible and the Quran says in end times, which we are now living in, the real Christians and the real Muslims will use.
No, it doesn't say that. As a matter of fact, the Lord said he came to set at variance all people. He came to set mother against, daughter-in-law, father against son, so on and so forth. The Lord came to make war. This whole the Lord loves everybody. People don't want to bring up the scriptures where it talks about the Lord flooding the whole earth. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that these people keep acting like the Lord is all love. He's all love. He's also all hate, all war and all peace. He has all those things working in complete balance. But these people just take one aspect of the Most High and think that's just, the Most High is one aspect, of things in existence when He's everything. So, nah, I'm
Unite. So if you are a real religious person and you believe in your scriptures, then you believe that.
And another thing with this religion thing is a heritage. You read the scriptures, it talks about, you know, the people are set apart. You know, they're God's chosen people. It has nothing to do with being religious. You can't put yourself in there. You know, obviously you had exceptions where people had a zeal for the Most High and the Most High accepted them. But for the most part, you know, it really just about, you know, Israel and the Hebrews. You know, it's not for all people. Not all people are meant to understand it. So it's like I used to kind of think like this dude. Is why I don't really want to be like. But at the same time, when you read the scriptures and you're trying to, you know, you're trying to live according to the scriptures, and you hear things like this, it kind of makes you, you know, wince a little bit, because you're like, that's completely off. It don't say nowhere in the scriptures. You know, you read the scriptures damn near every day. You're watching lessons. You're having people, you know, talk to you and teach you the scriptures, and then this guy comes and says this, and you know, nothing that he says can be verified through the scriptures. So then what's the purpose of this dude? You know, you go to this dude's page, he's charging you £10 a month or whatever, or £10 a year, to hear him talk about a whole bunch of stuff that he doesn't really have a complete understanding of. Now, he makes some good points, of course he does, you know. Even what they say, what's that saying, a broken clock is right twice a day, you know what I mean? But for the most part, the guy is off in what he's saying, and most Jakes think like this. They think like the Lord is all love and he's gonna come and unite all of humanity, and that's not gonna happen. You know, the Lord has come to make war. You know, but this, if you're really in a righteous spirit, you're gonna look at this world and it's just gonna piss you off. Why would you want this world to be saved if you're really in the spirit of righteousness? Because if you really examine everything around you, you can tell most people can't be saved, and at the end of the day, if you die, it's your lot. You know what I mean? You just got to take it on the chin.
Muslims and Christians are going to unite, become the world's greatest allies against the Antichrist and the devil's agendas. Now, this doesn't mean violence. This means speaking. This means boycotting. This means going on strike, which is not going to work or not sending your kids to school.
See, this dude doesn't really believe that, you know, Yahweh Shai is going to come back. And, you know, he's the sword of the Most High, and he's going to set this right. He really believes Jake is going to come together and they're going to make a difference. He's coming with that doctrine, and this completely, you know, even it says, you know, when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's gonna go through, I don't know. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah 63:3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Does this sound like somebody who came to unite all of the earth? Does this sound like somebody who needs your help? You know, the Most High don't need your help, and he's put Yahweh Shai, you know, in charge of leading the armies, and the Abishai don't need your help. At the end of the day, the elect are going to be part of it, but they're not really needed. You know, it's something that really messes with people's ego. They really want to be inclusive. It's the Most High don't need you, man. If the Most High has mercy on you, then He allows you to join in. But He don't need you. He don't need me. He don't need nobody. You know, and these people don't understand it. They have this leaning on their own understanding type mentality. This is Ezekiel 16:33. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them, that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. See, Jake is like a whore. You know, he, like, even this dude, I've heard him talking about how all white people and black people should come together, and you're like, huh? And if you look at the international version, it says all prostitutes receive gifts, but you give gifts to all your lovers, bribing them to come to you from everywhere for your illicit favors. And this is how Jake is. You know, you go to a prostitute, you go pay her to have sex with her. Jake is such a whore. Jake will be a prostitute, and Jake will pay you to suck your dick. This is how much Jake loves the society. when you really observe Jake and you see Jake in his standing, Jake really is a bum licker for this society, man. They love this place. They want this place to end. Even There's this place I used to work at. I don't work there no more. I got transferred. But it's like they could just tell what kind of spirit I am. They was like, well, you want the whole world to burn. And I'm like, yeah, so what? They was like, why would you want the whole world to burn? I'm looking at them like, you want this place to carry on? Jake wants this place to carry on. They want this place to get better. They want this place to heal so they can have a seat at Esau's table. You know, anyone in their right mind don't want to sit at the table. You want the table. You want to be at the top of the table. You want to be part of the table when it's being led in righteousness. Not this friggin' shithole, man. Because this place is a shithole when you really look at it. Ezekiel chapter 15, I'm going to start at 4. Behold, it is cast into the fire for fuel. The fire devoureth both the ends of it, and the midst of it is burned. It is meat for any work. Behold, when it was whole, it was meat for no work. How much less shall it be meat yet for any work, when the fire hath devoured it, and it is burned? Therefore thus saith the Lord power, as a vine tree among the trees of the forest, which I have given to the fuel for fire, so will I give the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Does that sound like somebody who's come to make peace? And these, you know, if this guy keeps talking like this, you know, I don't know what the Lord is going to do. But if he keeps talking like that, he's going to be part of that. He's going to be part of that tree that the Lord sets up to burn. You know, because some people are made to be saved, and some people are meant to basically be the corpse for the elect to walk over to create the kingdom. You know, and that's just where it is. Ezekiel 16:33. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them, that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. And this is Jake again, being an absolute whore in his kingdom, coming, you know, going getting drunk of these philosophies, thinking that Islam is the same as, you know, the scriptures, and then they conflate the scriptures with Christianity. You know, that if you like, whenever anybody asks me, do I read the Bible? You know, sometimes I act stupid, but if I'm talking to somebody and we're being honest, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I read the scriptures, and they say, well, you're a Christian. I'll be like, no, I'm not a Christian. I just read the Bible sometimes. You know what I mean? I try to downplay it, but as soon as people think you read the scriptures, they think, you know, you're a Christian. And if you read the scriptures fully, like it says nothing. You know, it says it's not really about religion, even though it has religion in there. But if you read it with full understanding, it's not really about religion in the sense that people believe religion is. It's really more of a way of life, and this religion stuff is not about a way of life. It's about pretending to believe in a higher power while you do everything that, you know, that contradicts what the so-called, you know, higher power, and I'm not trying to be patronizing, says to do. You know, the Lord says not to eat pork. You know, you're a Christian and you're yamming pork. You know, even the other day I was talking to somebody and they made these two Christian people, they made them pork to eat. And this is somebody that pretends to be with the Most High. They themselves don't eat pork, but yet you're making pork for them to eat. But you're saying you're with the Most High, but you're making other, you know what I mean? There's like these people, they're bugged out, man. I can't really stand being around them. And then when I was telling them about it, they were looking at me like there's something wrong with me, as if I'm trying to be holier than thou. And you're just looking at these people like, yeah, okay, man. Sometimes it's just better to just shut your mouth, because these people are just gone. Ezekiel 13:22. Because with lies ye have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked way, by promising him life. So you're not condemning these Muslims. You're not condemning Esau. You're saying, you know, well, if you do right, you know, the Lord is gonna forgive you, and then you can come back, you know, under his bosom. And you know, the Lord's not with that. You know, the Lord is not with that. You're not in a place to make that judgment. It's the Lord who makes judgment. But Jake thinks he's gonna come and he's gonna make judgment in the place of the Most High, and he's gonna say what's right and what's wrong. When clearly, when you look at it, Jake don't even have the discernment to understand what's right and what's wrong. Here it is: you're smoking, you're putting carcinogens in your body, and you're saying that's better than drinking something that gets filtered by your liver. So smoking is better than drinking wine. Drinking wine is worse than smoking. You know, I drink, I might get drunk, you know, I go to the toilet, I wee it out. You smoke weed, you know, and it destroys your body. You know, you might breathe out whatever, but at the end of the day, you know, you're destroying your body a far higher level than you are with drink. And Jake is so devoid of judgment and knowledge that he doesn't even understand that. Ezekiel 23:28. For thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will deliver thee into the hand of them whom thou hatest, into the hand of them from whom thy mind is alienated, and it shall deal with thee hatefully, and shall take away all thy labour, and shall leave thee naked and bare, and the nakedness of thy whoredoms shall be discovered. Both thy lewdness and thy whoredoms, I will do these things unto thee, because thou hast gone a whoring after the heathen, and because thou art polluted with thy idols. Thou hast walked in the way of thy sister, therefore I will give her cup into thy hand.